This is ATV, Cable 8.
Live from Atlanta, Canada's #1 news network, this is the ATV Late News.
Good evening. Disturbing testimony at the Donald Marshall inquiry today. In 1971, Maynard Chant told a Sydney court he saw Donald Marshall stab Sandy Seal. On the stand today, Chant described what he did see in 1971. He first saw Donald Marshall on a street near Wentworth Park, where Marshall asked him for help and told him his friend had been stabbed in the park. He actually gave 2 statements to Sydney police back in 1971. The second, in which he implicated Marshall, came after an angry Detective John McIntyre told him police had a witness who put him near the scene of the crime. Chant said he made the second statement because of pressure.
I felt fear coming from Marshall. I felt fear coming from the detectives. The whole thing was scary.
Chant couldn't tell counsel where he got details that were in his statement and was very careful not to implicate anyone as the source of his false testimony. Tomorrow, Commission counsel will continue to question Chant in hopes of finding out why he lied to the court. He'll also be questioned by lawyers for Donald Marshall and then Detective John McIntyre. A man charged in the Canada Day shooting incident in Durham Bridge, Nova Scotia, has been ordered to stand trial. 49-year-old Jack Earl Finnemore faces 2 charges of second-degree murder and 4 of attempted murder. A trial date will be set in October tonight. Finnemore remains in custody. In St. John, police are looking for help in solving a murder. On Sunday morning, 19-year-old Mark Eliassen was involved in a fight with a 20-year-old man on Dock Street. The fight ended with the man brandishing a knife. A half hour later, the 2 men met again, and Eliassen was fatally stabbed. Police are looking for a man described as about 135 pounds, 5'7" to 5'10", neck length, dark hair, with a face scarred by acne. He was last seen wearing faded blue jeans, a black and white rock band t-shirt, and a red and black checkered jack shirt. The suspect apparently said his name was Angus and that he was from the Halifax area visiting grandparents in St. John. Tonight, he is still believed to be in St. John. A 43-foot federal Fisheries Department boat was found sunk in Charlottetown Harbour today. But foul play is not suspected. The 2-year-old ship had been tied up at the Public Works Wharf for 2 months and was fine when checked yesterday. It's possible water entered the boat through a hull fitting. The $140,000 boat was used in agriculture programs. A salvage operation is in the works. On the New Brunswick election trail, NDP leader George Little's promising to improve the status of women. He says the party would boost the minimum wage and extend maternity leave. Little claims 60% of New Brunswick women are in poorly paid positions, and provincial law contributes to their confinement in such jobs. In Nova Scotia, Liberal leader Vince MacLean is declaring war on illiteracy. He's calling on the Buchanan government to identify those who need help and then launch a public education program on the problem. MacLean says the feds can help by letting those enrolled in basic literacy programs collect unemployment insurance. 2 veteran Dartmouth firefighters have recently been charged with jumping red lights while responding to a fire call. Both men have been charged under a section of the Motor Vehicle Act, which allows emergency vehicles to pass through red lights, but requires drivers to use caution when entering an intersection. Both have pleaded not guilty, but their cases have fire officials across the country concerned.
We are concerned if the verdict is guilty, the ramifications and consequences then, there will be many questions left to be answered at that point. At that time, we'll have meetings with legal people, and the police will be involved, the ambulance people will be involved. What do we do? Do we stop at lights? Do we not stop at lights? Will the act have to be changed? All these questions will have to be answered after January.
Hockey. Who's the best in the world, Canada or the Soviet Union? For many fans, tonight's game in Hamilton would answer that very question. Sergei Makarov helped give the Soviets an early 3-0 lead with this very Gretzky-like play at the blue line, getting the puck to Fedosov, who beat the defense, and Grant Fuhr right here. Canada, however, would fight back. They would take a 5-4 lead after the second on a good goal-mouth effort by Dale Hawerchuk. You know what they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Hawerchuk scoring. In the third, with the game tied at 5, Wayne Gretzky to Mario Lemieux. Canada wins the Canada Cup 6-5. More highlights tomorrow at 5. In Major League Baseball, Neil Heaton didn't last long for the Expos tonight. The story was Mike Bielecki, who pitched 6 1/3 perfect innings for the Pirates. Defensive play of the night, Jose Lean throwing out Andres Galarraga on a ball hit up the middle. 4th inning of the ball game, John Cangelosi becomes the first Pirate in 21 years to steal home, as Neil Heaton attempts to pick off Lean at first. Pirates beat the Expos 5-1 in Toronto. Mike Flanagan shut out his former teammates in 5 hits over 8. Ernie Witt with a homer. His last 6 hits have been round trippers. Jays over the Orioles tonight, 6-2. Let's go to the scoreboard, see what happened. Well, Tigers came back from a 5-0 deficit to beat the Red Sox 9-8. Evans a 3-run homer, so the Jays and Tigers remain tied atop the East. Yankees edge New York. White Sox down the Twins. In Missouri, the Angels winners tonight. A's beat the Rangers. It's early in the ball game out in Seattle. Back to the National League. Expos losers. Cards beat Philly, so Montreal is 3 games behind. And we had a whopper of a game. Keith Hernandez reaching the 2,000 hit, of course. Mets beat Chicago. Here he is. 21-6. Cincinnati Reds. They had 21, make that 7 home runs in this game. 19 hits. Parker with 8 RBI, including 2 home runs. 2 games underway out west. Checking the maritime weather now. Here is the satellite picture. It is clear now, but we've got a trough of low moving down from the northwest, and that means we're going to see some cloud showers and thunder showers tomorrow. Overnight, it's clear over Nova Scotia. A few clouds for PEI in southern New Brunswick, and increasing cloudiness for the northern New Brunswick, lows between 9 and 10 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny for Nova Scotia, clouding over in the early afternoon or evening with a chance of showers. Mostly clouds for the rest of the Maritimes with afternoon showers for thunder showers for New Brunswick. Showers and possible thunder showers for Prince Edward Island. Highs 16 to 20 degrees. And here is the outlook. Thursday for the Maritimes, cloudy with showers. Showers continuing Friday for New Brunswick and PEI, just a chance of showers for Nova Scotia. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers for all 3 provinces. That's news, weather, and sports for all of us here at ATV News. Good night.
ATV Cable 8.